Dr. Jill Biden.
Thank you, Jennifer. And isn't she exactly who you would want if you were in the hospital? You would want Jennifer taking care of you, wouldn't you? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. So, as many of you know, I'm a professor of writing at a community college, and I teach a lot of healthcare workers. And so often they are my best students. And I think that's because healing is more than a job. It's a calling. And Jennifer, you and your colleagues are the heart of healthcare. And we're so grateful for you and everyone working on the front lines in this chaotic time. So thank you for making your time to be with us. And I'd also like to thank Sarah Flick and Alita Borid and Senator Smith for joining us. And Sarah and Alita, good luck on your races. So, how are you all feeling besides frozen? Are you ready to get to work? Yeah. Thank goodness we have the sunshine. It feels a little bit warmer. So, a few weeks I spoke to a public school counselor who told me, Jill, you know, the two most important roles in my life are being a school counselor and being a mom. And right now, I feel like I'm failing at both. You know, parents want to have answers for their kids, but over these last 4 years, so many parents have told me that they have so many more questions than answers. So they ask me things like, you know, how do I keep my family safe from this pandemic? What if a shooting happens at my kid's school? What if I lose my job? And how do I tell my kids to be kind when our leaders don't live up to that same standard? And it's not just parents. All of us feel it. The chaos of this moment, the magnitude of the loss that surrounds us, the little things that we never thought we'd lose, like hugging our friends and smiling at strangers on the sidewalk. Still, we keep going, don't we? What else can we do? And Joe knows that feeling well. You know, 4 days after our son Bo's funeral, I watched Joe shave and put on his suit. I saw him steel himself in the mirror, take a deep breath, put his shoulders back, and walk out into a world empty of our son. He went back to work as your vice president, and that's just who he is. You know, there are times when I couldn't even imagine how he did it. How he just kept putting one foot in front of the other and kept going. But I always understood why he did it. He did it for the daughter who pays for her mom's breast cancer screening and misses work to drive her to the clinic. For the community college student who has faced homelessness but finds the grit to finish her degree. For the little boy whose mom is serving as a Marine in Iraq, who puts on this brave face for their late night video call and doesn't complain when the only thing he wants for his birthday is to be with her. Over these years, Joe has faced unimaginable tragedies. But through it all, raising our sons and our daughter Ashley, Joe learned how to heal a broken family. And it's the same way you heal a nation. With love and understanding, with small acts of courage, with bravery, with unwavering hope. His purpose has always driven him forward. His strength of will is unstoppable. And his faith is unshakable. Because it's not in politicians or political parties or even himself. It's in the providence of God. His faith is in you, in us. And I want to tell you that Joe will be a president for all Americans. And he has a plan to end this pandemic, to rebuild, to reimagine a future that's better than ever. That means opening up our schools and our child care centers safely so that parents can get back to work. It means protecting pre-existing conditions like Jennifer was talking about and making prescription drugs affordable for everyone. It means protecting your right to collectively bargain and create millions of good-paying jobs. But right now, he can't do it without you. Right now, there are so many people who want to tell us that our nation is hopelessly divided, that our differences are irreconcilable, that our communities are fractured beyond repair. And beneath that is another message. Your voice can't fix it. Your vote doesn't matter. But that's not who we are, is it? No. Democrat and Republican, rural and urban, north to south, coast to coast. We're coming together. We're finding that our differences are precious and our similarities are infinite. We don't have to agree on everything, and we know we don't have to. But we can still love and respect one another, can't we? Right now, cynics are playing to our fears. They tell us that we can't make a difference because they don't want us to try. They know that together, our voices are more powerful than they ever could be. We have to show them our power. We have to show them that we're not going to sit by and watch what happens. We're going to decide what happens. So far, we've had a great turnout for early voting here in Minnesota. But we have to keep pushing, especially here in Rochester. So tell me, are you ready to vote? Yeah. So let's do it today. Don't wait. And then get involved. I know you're busy. I know you're stretched so thin. But this election is just too important not to do every single thing we can. And just keep working and working because there are no do-overs. This is it. We have to believe that our communities are stronger than the challenges we face. Because they are. We have to believe that our votes matter. Because they do. And we have to show up right now, put our shoulders back, and work like we've never worked before. One vote could make the difference between winning and losing a precinct. One precinct could win a state. And one state, this state, could decide our future for generations to come. So will you be that one vote? Will you join this movement? Will you show the world that our nation believes in justice and compassion and unity and leadership? And here's the big one. Will you vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris? And thank you for your faith in an idea that's bigger than any one of us. And that is that we will build a better nation because we are going to